Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am pretty good. I am well rested, which is a change. It is Monday, and it is just afternoon, Central Time, and I'm at the Home Depot, DC in Grand Prairie, Texas. I know I said I was going to make a video on Friday when I unloaded, but I forgot. Kind of. Let's see. Last time we talked, I was in Gent, Kentucky at North American Stainless, waiting to get a load of Slinkies. I ended up being there 15 hours, and most of it was not fun. My appointment was supposed to be at 6:09 local time, Eastern time, 5:09 East Central. They finally called me to go over to Gate 5 where they do the Slinkies, or cold rod as they prefer to call it, at 9:45 p.m. Many hours late. And I drove down there and pulled in to the little guard shack, and they told me where to go because I'd never loaded Slinkies there before. And I went around the building and parked and talked to the loaders. They said just give my bills to one of the guys on the forklift. So I gave my load paperwork, I should say, to one of the guys on the forklift, and he said okay. He told me I was getting 17. I said cool. And so I went ahead and set up for Slinkies, which is basically 2 coal cradles, one in the front trailer, one in the rear trailer. It's just 2 timbers, 2 coal racks, and that's it. Nothing else. No friction pads or anything like that. Got that all set up, and then he came back out and said, no, you're getting those shotgun. So I had to put all that away. And then I had to do a tight back into one of those loading docks where the sides come right up to the edge. Did that, got in there, and then I sat there for about another hour and 15 minutes until he finally started to come out and then started to set up for the shotgun. I never pulled shotgun Slinkies before, so I went to look on the MMS to refresh my memory on what it was supposed to be, and the information was on my MMS. Apparently when they reinstalled, gave me a new black box, they did not download all the stuff that goes with it, you know, videos and load securement manuals and things like that. So I called this load securement line just to talk to them to make sure I understood what I was doing. We talked about it. Basically, you load shotgun Slinkies. They're just back to back to back, and then you just throw straps over the top. It's no chains, and then you have to put a 8-foot 4x4 at an angle in the front and the back, and then you strap those in using diagonal straps to push the Slinkies together. And that was cool. I thought I had it right. I thought I knew. I just wanted to make sure. Well, then when he started loading, they started loading it double stack. In other words, it was side by side. 8 side by side, 1 single on the end. So basically I had to put 1 single timber on the back and then 2 in the front. It was a mess. Used all my winches, used 3 of my 4 2-inch ratchet straps, and it was a mess. By the time I got it loaded, got it secured, and then had to tarp it, and they didn't have a tarping shed, no tarping machine, no nothing. So I had to crawl around on top of these Slinkies with the 4-foot drops, and those barely fit, really probably should have used the 8s, but hindsight is 20/20 and then some. By the time I got all that done, it was 2 a.m. and I'd already been there 10 hours. So I pulled out and went down to a little pull-off area in front of the dam and parked the truck and went to bed. I mean, I napped some while I was waiting for them to call me, but it's kind of hard to nap when the radio's going off every 2 or 3 minutes. They're calling somebody or checking or whatever. So I got a couple hours. I left at 9 o'clock on Thursday morning. and took off and hooked it on down. If you remember, I said I was going to stop in Little Rock and have them check my inverter. I never got a chance to do that. I was too pressed for time. I was already going to be late at I was supposed to be there at 8 a.m. on Friday morning, but that wasn't going to fly. They knew that right off the bat. So I ended up not even stopping in Little Rock. I blew right past the yard and saw all the new trucks sitting out there and just shook my head, wishing I had one of them. And went to Jackson, Arkansas to the Pilot and parked there for the night. I got there with just a couple of minutes left of my 14. All right, it should say just a couple minutes left of driving time. I only used about 12 hours of my day. Parked the truck, went and took a shower, and went right to sleep. I mean, I passed completely out. I got up, I guess it was around 7:30 in the morning, and got ready and left. And I got into the place there in Dallas, and I forget the name. It was something Fabricators. Right at a little afternoon, and it's kind of a really tight, super tight place. Parked on the street, went inside, checked in, talked to them. They cleared out some stuff that was sitting in the parking lot. I had to swing in and then do a blind back up against the dock so they could get the forklift on the trailer to get the stuff off. And amazing to myself, I hit the blind back first time. I didn't have to pull forward and slide over, and I was just blurred. I wish I had a video of it. I'd love to save that, but I didn't have the camera installed at that time. So after I got unloaded, got everything off it, put away, and they unloaded me, I pulled out on the street and parked and sent in my empty call, expecting to get a load over here either on Friday or on Sunday, or maybe even Saturday, where they've been, to have. Well, I sat there for about an hour, and I got a message saying there was 17, if I remember, it was 17 trucks in the North Texas area. They were 17 loads short, and I was like number 16 on the board. So I sent a message to my FM asking how long you want me to wait before I just go home. And I guess he came back about 30 minutes later, and he said, just go on home. They don't have anything, and it's not going to have anything. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to have my app with me. I got my phone, it's got the app on it. And you guys they want to dispatch me on a Saturday or Sunday load for picking up at the Home Depot, I'll get it. And they said, well, no, just don't worry about it. Those are already all covered, and we'll talk on Monday. So I went home. I parked the truck at Atomic, and I got home about 4 in the afternoon. One of the things I did do is I took my refrigerator out of the truck and took it home. I did make a phone call on Friday about the inverter, and they said that even if it's going out, they can't replace it. And they don't support putting a regular refrigerator in these trucks. Not that it's a regular refrigerator, it was a mini dorm. Actually a tall dorm, but not the mini. So I just blew it off. I'm gonna do the cooler kick, and I just will not carry as much cold food. If I get the opportunity, I will stop at a Walmart or whatever and buy cold food. Other than that, I'm just gonna have to do it out of cans and packaging, because I do not like eating out of the truck. As far as the weekend goes, didn't really do all that much. Friday night, on Friday evening, my son went to Order of the Arrow camp with the Boy Scouts, and so me and my wife, whose birthdays are both this month, we went out to El Phoenix for dinner and had some adult beverages and a lot of Mexican food, and then we went home, kind of watched TV, and just kind of chilled out for the weekend. On Saturday, though, my son had an event that we wanted to attend, doing a crossover ceremony for younger scouts or Webelos moving into the regular Boy Scouts. So we went to that, and he decided he wanted to come home because he was going to only go back and then go to bed and then get up at 7:30 in the morning to come home anyway on Sunday. So he had brought all his stuff. So we brought him home, and we spent most of Sunday just kind of relaxing around the house. My wife went shopping, and I just did laundry and cleaned up, and just kind of even had a good, just nice, relaxing, quiet weekend with no stress. Went to bed last night. Got up this morning. I got up a lot later than I had planned. I was going to leave by 7, but I said to heck with it. I didn't leave till 8:30. And got over to the yard and sent in my ready call. And I got a message back saying there was like 13 trucks in North Texas, and they were 10 loads short, and I was number 8. So I sat there for a while. I said, you know what? I went ahead and I did on Friday when I got home. It had been delivered on Monday. The new camera and cabling for the backup camera, or the rear view camera, or load camera, whatever you want to call it. And it's a newer version of the old one. And it seems hopefully to be a little bit better. I did have plenty of time. I decided to go ahead and try and start installing that. And just as I started, I got the load dispatch for this. But the pickup was not until 2 o'clock, so I decided to go ahead and finish all that work there because I wanted to get it done and have it installed in a certain manner. And I'll talk about that in a second. So I got all that done and then did my pre-trip and came over here and parked. And now I'm sitting here waiting. I do have 2 hours until my load, but sometimes if they get the opportunity, they do unload early. I mean, load early, I should say. They load as soon as they can, so they can get out of here. This load is going to the South Little Rock store on the south side of town on I-30. I've been to that one before. Do tomorrow morning, of course. So unless they keep me here way too long, then I should make it there, no problem tonight. I don't need to stop anywhere to do anything or any of that stuff. The new camera is installed in a different manner than the old way. It's installed the same, but it's at a lower height, so the angle is more shooting across the deck as opposed to beforehand. You remember the videos, they were pointing down toward it. So anything that's more than, I think, 4 feet from the back of the truck, you're not going to catch a lot of when I do show those videos, unless I tilt it down some. And I might do that on occasion. But this time when I installed it, instead of just running the wire on the outside of the truck, I got a little creative. I got some insulator covering, and I ran it along the Omnitrac's dome cable down the back of the truck, so it's a little neater. And then I ran it under the fairing instead of inside the edging, and then through the firewall on that side of the truck, and it's run behind the dash. A lot easier to take out this next time, and if I move to another truck, which I don't think is going to happen anytime before maybe next year. So that is it. A long update for today, and this will be the only update. I'm not going to come back and add anything to this, I don't think. So I hope you had as good a weekend as I did. And for those of you that did ask, I apologize for not doing one on Friday. I had planned on doing it when I got over to Atomic, then I got sidetracked because it was really windy and I was trying to get everything taken care of. And then I got home, got ensconced and comfortable, and then realized I didn't do the video and just decided not to do it. So can't win them all. So I hope you have a good day. I hope I have one. So until tomorrow, keep the shiny side up. 73s. Be safe.